Housing Market Update, June 2022. This is our title.
But first, let's hit it. Hi, this is Alan Victoria. Welcome to our channel.
And if this is your first time in our channel and you wanted to know everything about Greenville, Winterville, Pitt County, all the way to the Raleigh, please subscribe in our channel and get notified when we put a new video for you.
Honestly, we get calls, texts, and emails all the time from people just like you who are looking to upsize, downsize, relocate, shift, or buy their very first home. We love helping you. We love looking at the market, and this is for you. So let's talk about what these numbers are and what it means.
Therefore, let's hit the road with, as my wife said, we wanted to give you numbers, but numbers could be boring, but we wanted to give you also what is the indication of each numbers and how you as seller or buyer can get an idea that what you need to do.
Absolutely. So you do Greenville, I do Winterville.
Yes, 357 homes came in a month for the sale, which was 10.6% increase as respect to the previous months.
And there was 170 which in Winterville, which is a 0.1% change.
And new to market was 161.8% decrease.
And in new to market for Winterville was 57, which is down 1.2%.
Therefore, you see that basically our inventory didn't
It's still
go,
down, yeah.
It still is down, which part of it, supply and inventory we wanted to talk about. And off the market, the house that is not available in the market or sold or is gone is 1993 houses, 33.2% higher increase in Greenville.
And it was 870 last month in Winterville, which is a 64.2% increase.
Therefore, two more important numbers that you wanted to know.
Absolutely.
Average home price and average sold price that we wanted to say. In Greenville, average home price was $328,371, and it was 2.4% increase.
And in Winterville, it was it's different. It's lower than the Greenville number. It's 318,447, which is an increase of 2.7%. Now, these numbers matter when it talks to if you're already sitting in your home, which let's go to the average sold price.
The sold price, which is the real number that it sold for, $241,935, which we had 8% decrease this month.
Which is good for those people looking for bargain hunting. And then Winterville itself, $259,193, which is down 6.6%.
Therefore, from this point, for those that are buyer, we can say that we had the sold price decrease between 6.6 to 8% in Greenville and Winterville area.
So if you were looking for a bargain, it happened. So let's move on.
Price per square footage in Greenville was $156,
and it was
0.6% increase.
And it was 141 in Winterville, which is a 0.7% increase.
And the price reduction that didn't happen the past at least 6 to 8 months that much in Greenville was 26 houses, which was 225% increase, and it's good for the buyers.
Winterville, there was 4, which is down 20%. Sold in the last 30 days.
The number of the sold the last 30 days was 121 houses, with the increase of 23.5% in Greenville.
And sold in Winterville in the last 30 days was 58, which is up 38.1%.
Therefore, we're going to go also to the two indicators that days on the market and also absorption ratio that we're going to talk about it more in depth later. But let's say that in Greenville, the May 2020, this year and the last year, we had 4 days in the last year selling the house, how fast it sells, day on the market, and this year 3 days. Therefore, the house still sells very fast and 25% lower than the last year.
In Winterville, it was a little different. In May 2021, it took 2 days to sell in Winterville. In May 2022, it was 3 days. So this is actually a shift in 50%. So let's go to absorption rate.
Therefore, absorption rate that we're going to talk about basically is the supply and demand, and the measurement of the supply and demand. And you need a time frame that, for example, for January to May of this year, and the number of sold in this period, and the number of active homes in the months that you are right now. Therefore, we can tell that, for example, in Greenville, the absorption rate in basically May 2022 was 0.72, and the last year this time was 0.93. Therefore, we had an increase of almost 23%, which what we can say means that is a little bit less cooling down, basically.
Absorption rate in Winterville in May 21, it was 0.75. Here in May 2022, it is 0.53. Does this mean crash? No, it means it's slowing down. Things are getting a little cooler, a little breathing, which is nice.
But if you compare the April 2022 with the May 2022, we went from 66% to 72%, or 0.66 to 72, which means a little bit our absorption rate went up
for Greenville.
In Greenville.
In Greenville, which means it's still very hot in Greenville. It's, we said slow down, but it's still hot.
How about the Winterville?
It's a cooling down. It went from 0.59 to 0.53. So therefore, there is, like we were talking about in general, a slight cooling off, slightly breathing room. But let's move on to Ayden, Farmville, and
therefore, in general, we can say that the market in Greenville is faster than Winterville right now, and they sell fast.
There's more homes.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's move on to Farmville and Ayden.
Therefore, again, we're going to run these numbers.
We'll go a little faster with this one.
Home for sale in Ayden was 38 units, almost 16% less than last year this time.
In Farmville, there were 17, which is up 11%.
And 8 new homes came to the market, 36% decrease.
And new to market in Farmville was 7%, which is a 16% decrease.
And the number of the off of the market that have been sold and are not available, 130, and 6.6% they increase.
60 in Farmville, which is a down 41.7%.
Therefore, so far, when we're looking at the numbers in Ayden and Farmville, we had low inventory in both, because new to the market.
These are smaller places.
And a smaller market because they have the population around 5,000 to 6,000. And average home price basically in Ayden was $295,767,000, which was 1.3% decrease respect to the previous months.
In Farmville, it was $204,906, which is down almost 12%.
Also, we care how much the house sold for.
Absolutely.
In Ayden was $264,497, and we had 3.2% increase.
And in Farmville, it was $188,960, which is a decrease of almost 18%.
Therefore, the house sold in Farmville was actually almost 19% lower than the previous months, which is a good sign for you guys that you wanted to shop in the Farmville. And price reduction just happened in the Ayden 3 times, 50% increase.
One in Farmville, which is a 0% change. I think we skipped the price square foot though.
A square footage in Ayden was 144.
And it was 125 in Farmville.
Therefore, we had a 2.1% increase in a square footage, and 5.3% decrease in the Farmville, which we saw it in the sold price, average sold price. And the last 30 days, 17 homes they sold in Ayden, which was 41.7% increase.
And the last sold were 5 in Farmville, which is down 16.7%.
And now we're going to go to 2 important factors again. Days on market. This year in the May, we had 6 days, and the last year this time was 5 days. Therefore, the house got a little bit slower selling, 20% slower. And then what about?
I think it was 2 in 2021 and 1 in 2022.
And now let's go to the absorption rate.
Yes.
Absorption rate in May 2022 for the Ayden was 0.77, and May 21 was 0.7. Therefore,
so
we had similar. A little bit, a little bit went higher.
Absorption rate for Farmville last year was 0.24, and this year is 0.82. So it is hotter in Farmville, a smaller town on the road to Raleigh. So it's there. It is selling a little faster these days.
And if you wanted to compare the April of 2022 with the May 2022, we went from 100.9% to 77% in Ayden. Means the market cooled down in Ayden.
And in Farmville, it was April 2022 was 0.4, and in May 2022, 0.82, which is hotter. So while we're still seeing these, is the market crashing? No. Is it market kind of settling? Maybe because of those interest rates. So who knows what's going on out there in the world? But that's what we're seeing statistically here in our area.
Therefore, now is the time that we wanted to discuss with you is that buying time, selling time.
Absolutely.
And that's why we run down some numbers again for you to tell you exactly what the inventory we have. Therefore, we have new and active. If you compare the housing market in Greenville, we basically had 3.1% change. We get actually increase respect to the previous year. But in reality, if you compare the April to the May, we have almost a 10% decrease of the new to the market.
I don't know what that all means, but can you explain what that means to me?
Means the new that came to the market is less new came to the market, the housing that therefore means that the inventory it was lower respect to the April.
So the ratios are better, but the inventory is lower from.
Therefore, if you compare 2022 to 2021, at this time, our inventory went 3% higher. But if you compare it to the previous months, our inventory went lower almost 10%.
I see what you're saying. Okay. Tell me about Winterville too.
Winterville, if you compare the 2022 with the 2021, the inventory went down 30%. But if you compare the April with the May of this year, we almost went 1.6% higher. Therefore, we had more inventories in a Winterville.
Oh, okay. What about Farmville?
The Farmville actually, if you compare this year with the last year, we basically didn't see any changes. But if you compare the April with the May in 2022, we had less inventory. To be exact, 11.1% less inventory. Therefore, we have a still low inventory in some area, including the Farmville. And for Ayden, basically the inventory comparing the 2021 this time and 2021, we had almost 31% decrease. But if you compare April 2022 and May 2022, we had 50% decrease in an inventory. Okay,
so let me just kind of break this down because we went through a lot of math, right? And a lot of numbers, and numbers are not always my thing, math. I'm economics, fake math, right? All fake math. Anyway, I want to say, but what I understand from these numbers and looking at the market is, I think on the whole there are slightly less buyers out there, so you have slight less competition. The housing market is still super hot.
What is the reason that we have less buyers?
I'm probably those interest rates, but I can't tell you. Maybe there's other factors that I don't know. Maybe it's the gas. I don't know. But I can say that these things are happening. There's still buyers out there. There's still sellers out there. We still have more buyers than sellers. So that has not changed. What is changing is that these crazy over-the-top numbers are shifting a little bit. So it's becoming more stable, which is nice. Breathing room, but it is still a very hot market.
And also we had more price reduction that we didn't have
had none before.
March and April and February.
Which tells you that there are some places that are sitting around.
Therefore, we see that some changes is happening. It's still, as my wife said, the house is fast, the housing market in Greenville, Winterville area, and also Ayden and Farmville. But there are some factors like an interest rate that price out some of the buyers because it's increasing, and Federal Reserve is going to increase it in June 14 and 15 and July 26 and 27.
And before he gets into math again and all that, that's way too thick. The end of the result is if you're looking to buy a house and you're buying a house and you're buying a house for whatever reason you have in your head and in your body and in what you need in your life right now, it's the right time. It's always the right time when it is your time. So don't get these numbers to freak you out and say, no, I'm not going to do it, and then just kind of hide like an ostrich, because hiding like an ostrich doesn't get you the house that you actually said you wanted. So if it is your time, it is your time, and don't let anything get in your way. We're here to help you.
What about the selling?
And if you're looking to sell your house, honestly, you're getting high numbers, to be honest. Let's be honest.
Houses appreciated, as you see, even the square footage appreciated almost 1%, 0.7 and 0.6%. Therefore, the house, and as we said, the inventory is low. We don't have enough inventory for the houses.
So it's a great time to sell.
You as a seller to sell your house with the top dollar.
Right, and if you're a buyer, now is a great time. I mean, they're saying those interest rates are going to go up anyway, so now is actually probably a time to lock in something low. So we hope this video was useful. And
don't forget to contact us, especially if you're shopping in the Pitt County, Winterville, and Greenville. Call us at our number, and we are here for you. We know the market very well and all the subdivision. And thank you for watching all of our YouTube videos, and looking forward to the next video. Have a wonderful day, guys.
Bye.